Yes, sir.
Okay. So as you know, we were discussing about merchant banking in the last session. So to continue with that, so just I'll recap the things, what are things we were discussing in the last session. When you talk about merchant banking, basically it's a non-banking financial activities. Okay, it does both banking services as well as consulting services. Specifically, as you know, banking services, I think I not explain what exactly the banking services are. So I will focus more on consultancy activities. What consultancy activities this merchant banking carries? Okay, they give advice, guidance, and services for a fee. So here there are two types of activities. One is fund-based activity, and other is fee-based activity. Whatever the services or whatever consultant activities they render based on either based on the fees or based on fund. Okay. So now as per SEBI recent guidance, they said so for the merchant bankers to not to give the fund-based activities, but rather than focus more on fee-based activities. Okay. So it helps business to start a business. So here the merchant bank is because merchant bank is A to Z solution for a business activity. A to Z means in one go with all kind of services. When I talk about merchant banker, it gives the all kind of services. So from A to Z, that is what are the activities or what are the things which a business requires. All these things will be delivered in a one particular nutshell. That we call it as a merchant bank activity. So it basically it helps to raise, that is to collect the finance. The first objective or the first thing or first function of your merchant bank service is basically it helps any business to raise the money. So first you need to have a very good idea. Idea itself will not start a business. Okay. So I have from the childhood I had only one dream to become a business person. Only one dream I had. That is, even if you ask me, even if you ask me what you want to become, I say only one word: I want to become a business person. So people used to kindle me saying that. So tomorrow I want to keep provision store. I don't mind. Even I can keep provision store, but I want to become a business. So from the day one, from the even from whenever I got a knowledge, maybe third standard, fourth standard, from that so that standard onwards, till I come to PG, I only want to become a business person. But I never studied in that particular angle. While studying, so I never focused myself on I want to become a because when it comes to my graduation, always my focus was on science, less focus on commerce. I have very less focus on commerce and have got more focus on science. Something the numbers triggers me a lot. The numbers means I love numbers and I used to play with the numbers. So, but always people ask me, so you're always focusing on science. Probably people say me either you want to become engineer or doctor, but your focus never on business. Then how do you say that you want to become a business person? Okay, so that is, see here when you have any sort of ventures or any sort of ideas, that ideas will not start a business. To start, I maybe have a lot of ideas. People have. Of course, I'm doing with a lot of business already. I'm into consultancy already. I'm into business trading also. I'm in retail shop. I'm into all sort of business. I have done. So, but of course, as a professional, I'm a professor over here. Apart from that, so in other things, just I'm doing other sorts of business. Okay. So, but what I want to say is, when you want to have, you have plenty of ideas. Even tomorrow I want to start an aeroplane, helicopter. I want to start. But where is the first problem? I have big ideas, even you may be having very big ideas. That ideas itself will never bring never start a business. So the ideas has to be nurtured, ideas has to be financed. So for that, so this merchant bank helps us. So they help us to collect the finance from various sources. They give an idea. So this is your idea. So for this idea, for how can we mobilize the funds? Of course, I may not have a fund. There are some people have got idea, some people have got money, and they doesn't have idea. People have money, they have plenty of money, but they don't know what to do. They search for the people who have an idea. They try to sing with these two kind of people. Okay, that is, so they try to mobilize the funds. Not only that way, there are several ways to generate the funds. Okay, so the first thing, it helps to expand, modernize, or restructure your business. So today, it's very important. Odd man out. You heard this term, right? Especially marketing. So we use this word, wherever you go, we use this word. Odd man, odd out. That is, if you are not update yourself to the market, if you are not tune yourself to the market, what happens? You will be called yourself as an odd man. So, odd man is, so see, when something is there, nobody wants to take an odd one, right? Everyone wants to take the good one. Because suppose I'm going to keep it bananas. So, one banana, who wants to buy that, who wants to eat that one? Nobody. If you have good bananas, everybody wants to pick a good one. Nobody wants to pick a odd one. That is actually odd man, odd out. So here, basically, today in research, you have to upgrade yourself. You have to expand. You have to modernize. See, if you go to a small provision store, if you go to any provision store, what do you expect? The provision store to be very big. What you are buying? You are buying a salt. For that, why you want the provision store to be very big? You want to go for more to buy that. I want to go for big bazaar to buy that. People have a tendency nowadays. If you want to keep a small shop and you want such beautiful salt, but people are not ready to buy. You have to expand, you have to modernize. So you have to do different kind of thing to attract the people. Okay. So and you are restructuring your business. So these all things is very much deep. But what happens? I am doing business, but I don't have the idea of these kind of things. But merchant banker gives. So, what is what gaps are there? The gaps will filled by the merchant bankers. It helps reveal the sick business units. So, we have something called revival of sick units. So, revival was government has sponsored some amount. Government will sponsor some amount, and there is separate agencies there, separate corporations there to revival of the sick units. So, but I should know. No, there's a lot of, let's say, for example, I belong to some community where I have a reservation. If I doesn't have the knowledge how to get the reservation, it's not possible. Or I have some facilities, or the government has given some facility. I don't know how to use that facility. Then it's something odd, this kind of things, sir, because it's a very odd one. A lot of things are available, but I don't know where the things are available. Say, for example, in institute we have a lot of resources are there in institute, but I don't know which resource I can use it. But first of all, I doesn't know which are the resources available in institute. Then how to use it? Now, resource anything gottilla is not enough. Okay, so in your house, most of the time what happens? Lot of resources available. With that itself, you can do plenty of things. But you never knew that I have this resource. With that, I can do something. So these are the kind. So normally what happens? This sick units has to be revamped, has to be revived. So for that, government has got a lot of schemes. So these will help us in revamping the sick units. Okay. It also helps the companies to register, buy and sell shares of stock exchange. See, if you want to raise the money from the public, okay. So it's not easy for you to raise the money from the public. For that, there are a lot of rules, regulations, everything is there. So to raise the money from the public, so SEBI or maybe any of the regulators. Can anybody name how many regulators we have?
3 or 4, sir.
Sorry?
3 or 4.
SEBI is one regulator, Securities Exchange Board of India. RBI. So what the SEBI does?
SEBI regulates the markets, sir, in exchange markets.
Yeah, I'm proud to say that I'm a resource person for the SEBI. I've been appointed in the year 2012. 2012, I've been appointed by the SEBI as a resource person. Till then, I'm working as a resource person. Okay, for SEBI. So what it does? Basically,
it regulates the exchange.
It regulates. Okay. So why they appointed us? To bring the awareness among the people what exactly security markets are and how exactly it functions. Okay, so that is basically, and I'm not doing this again free of cost. For that, they are paying for us. Okay. Sorry?
How much they pay, sir?
That's secondary. Let's not discuss it for that. Anyway, it's not a secret. So if you go for a SEBI website and browse RP, they are resource persons because they call us SEBI resource persons. Okay, so you get all the details. Okay. So, but as a customer, I should not disclose that one. And it's not like something like secret here. It's open secret. It's everything is available. Documents are available in the SEBI website. Okay. What I want to say is basically as RP, what we are doing, basically we are igniting the people. So we are bringing awareness. Suppose we get fraud. If you are unable, if you got trapped with somebody, okay. So then how to go out from that? Or what are the ways through which you will get a remedies or you will get a solution? All these things. So we'll get back to further. Even not only for this one, so we do invest awareness program, including software. We have 6 different kinds of categories are there. So we do for retired people, we do for young investors like software engineers and maybe those kind of categories. Okay, middle income group people and the school children. So just you cannot imagine. So this we are doing for the school children. So people who are first, because saving habit should start from the KGs, not from the PGs. All these things. So that is SEBI. Just my thought of asking was different. So SEBI basically what it does basically it regulates the security market. Wherever you want to issue security, that is regulated by SEBI. Then one more person we have RBI. What it regulates?
It regulates the banking function.
Yeah. So banks related things. And so basically where money deposits are there. So those kind of things will be regulated by the Reserve Bank of India. And apart from this, anybody has any other idea?
Government appointed, I mean, foreign exchange, I don't remember exactly.
FIs, no, FIs again should be regulated by somebody else. FIs will be normally regulated by SEBI itself again.
Because I'm not talking about foreign institutional investors, so I'm talking about foreign, I mean.
So I'll tell the reserve important regulators normally. So one is RBI, as I said, SEBI, and we have IRDA. What is that IRDA? Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India. So what it regulates, I will not say now. It regulates the insurance companies. It regulates the insurance companies. And then we have Ministry of Finance. Ministry of Finance. So Ministry of Finance, again it regulates the things which has not been covered by RBI and SEBI. Certain things like it may be corporate bonds and all those things. Again it will be covered by the Ministry of Finance. Okay, so like that we have the regulators. These are the main regulators are basically Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Finance and Corporate Affairs we call. Then we have SEBI, we have RBI, we have IRDA. These are the main regulators. Apart from we have some regulators are there. Let's not discuss on that. So basically, it helps the company register if you want to raise the one single pie from the public. Okay, so that you cannot easily mobilize that. So to mobilize a single pie, you should go undergo the lot of rules and regulations. So these rules and regulations will be briefed by the merchant bankers. Okay, so from starting to the preparing the prospectus till listing of securities in the stock exchange, all these things will be done by the merchant bankers. Okay. So definition is discussed.
Is it only help for companies which want to list it, or is it help? So there is a money for listed companies, or rather it helps in bootstrapping also?
Everything. Not necessarily for the companies which is not listed on stock exchange. For all sort of, I am saying consider A to Z. Either it's a private ship, partnership, sole trading concern, joint stock company, or any kind of firm you are into. Okay, for everybody, these things will help. The merchant bankers will help. Okay. So history of merchant banking. So I think I discussed. I will not go much detail about this. So organizations providing the merchant banking service in India. Which are the organizations normally they provide a merchant banking service in India? Okay. So anybody can do merchant banking. Even I can start tomorrow. I can start the I can do the consultancy of merchant banking, provided I should get a proper license. Okay. So here commercial banks and its subsidiaries. Any commercial bank can also be a merchant banker. So for example, ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank. So they does the bank activity. Apart from bank activity, they can also be the merchant banker. Any commercial bank and their subsidiaries throughout India. Any foreign banks who has started operation in India. Okay, the foreign bank which is there in the other country, obviously they cannot be a merchant banker in India. So who has got subsidiary in India, they can be the merchant banker. Okay. All India financial institutions and development banks. Can you name any financial institution in India? Financial institutions. SBI is a bank. Financial institutions. Commercial bank. SBI is basically commercial bank. Financial institutions. For example, KSFC, Karnataka State Finance Corporation, IFC, Indian Financial Corporations. These kind of things. Okay. So these kind of things, all India financial institutions and development banks. Can we name development banks? IDBI, ICICI, NABARD. That NABARD again basically it comes from rural area. Okay, all these are development banks. Okay, so IDBI, what is IDBI stands for? Now they are the bank. So previously you should know that. So IDBI is basically established with the objective of promoting the undeveloped areas. So that is basically they started with the promoting the industries. That's the name they have, IDBI, Industrial Development Bank of India. And now they are banking. Of course, the objective of the bank is different. Now they are different. Same with the ICICI, IFSC. So all this now, everybody are into banking now. Okay. So this All India Financial Institution Development Bank, state level financial institutions like KSFC. Okay. So private financial consultants, firms and brokers, IEB can also be the merchant bank provider if you have knowledge and sufficient skills. We can also be the merchant bankers and we can do this kind of services and activities. Okay. Private financial consultants, firms and brokers, technical consulting organization. See, there are some areas where I may have knowledge with regard to financial aspects, but it all alone will not work out. I may require, say for example, if you make a valuation of this building, so you should be a structural engineer. You should know. So if you beam pass this, what is the value of that beam? If a vertical something is there, what is the value of that? Valuation should be done. So suppose somebody asks me to do valuation. So without a civil engineering knowledge, I can't do valuation. So there are certain things where we have to have the technical knowledge. Okay. So I can, as a banking aspect, I know very well, but I don't have the knowledge about the technical aspects. Okay, so for that reason, there are some areas where they require technical people. So even technical consulting organizations also can be the merchant banker. Professional management banking houses, any professional people who are doing the consult services can also be the merchant banker. Okay. So broadly, these merchant bank people who are providing the merchant bank services has been categorized to 4 different categories. Okay. So to provide long-term source of funds required by the corporate sector. So the corporate sector normally what they require? They require the funds for a long period. Okay. The first category is they are going to help the business to mobilize funds for a long period. Then project counseling, which includes credit syndication and the working capital. Okay. So project syndication is basically. So with one bank or with a couple of banks, probably I will not be able to get the amount what I required for my project. So what they do, they syndicate. So they mobilize all these things, all the banks and all these things they mobilize and they make a syndicate. And then that amount, that bigger amount, always help us to start a business. Okay? And of course for the working capital. Capital structuring is always one of the critical thing is when it comes to capital structuring. Okay? So already before finance we discussed already. So when it comes to capital structure, you know, which is probably it's very difficult for us to define whether should I depend on debt capital or equity capital. How to decide whether should I go with the debt capital or equity capital? Again, depends on lots of factors I have to read, I have to understand, then I have to decide whether should go with it. It's simple. Suppose it goes there a newly established company, okay, and they are not in a position to pay the cost of debt. So then it's always advisable to go for an equity capital. So because initially that cannot already the company established company, the company can take some burden, the cost of debt. Then if at that time they go for equity capital, what happens? Your earnings will be diluted. That means I earn 100 rupees instead of paying for 10 people, now I am paying for 20 people. So what happens? The earnings will get diluted. The earnings particularly keeps on reducing. So like that, so many factors we have to consider before we decide. So what should the capital? So there are so many specialized people in there. So they advise us. So what is the better way to mobilize the funds? Okay. And then portfolio management. So today one of the best area and one of the highly paid is portfolio management. So you invest your money in a mutual funds, correct? So normally the company doesn't matter. What matters? When you invest in a fund, in any mutual fund, when you want to invest your money in any of the mutual fund, what do you see there?
Return on investment.
Okay, fine. Market performance,
manager performance. Is
ultimately the fund manager. So here, if a person is, there will be knowing that, say for example, nowadays what we observe that in second PC they are giving some faculty name there nowadays. It has become very fashion. In the banner and all the poster, so they give some faculty name. They are very popular now. So why they give the faculty? Because if the faculty is in X college, people want to join X college. If it is Y college, people want to join Y college. Especially it is a trend in a second PC. So you can see wherever you go, they highlight the faculty name. They give the profile of the faculty because they are going based on faculty in the same way. So what happens here is, in case of fund manager, the fund manager popularity. So because he is already established his own rapport in the market, and if he switches to other company, people think that okay, so that company will do better than this company. And that's the reason they're highly paid. They are the fund managers highly paid because they do. It is not like one day I do some research and again I can sleep for next 10 days. It's not like that. Every second, every minute he has to. He should keep on doing the research because we don't know which area market is going to change. Today you might be aware of that. What is the gold rate?
15,000 year
48,000. Yeah, gold like bada correct. So suppose if you're going, if you're roaming in streets and all, people have a very easy way to make the money. You know, ring at means they probably you not do work for them. What's the ability or idea of you get the correct. So now the second is just keep joke apart. So seriously important thing. Now, is it right time for you to buy the gold? No. Okay, no. Let me answer is no. Let me take an instance for it. No, you said no, and now 15. It has triggered that is it has come to the what you call support point, and again it has gone up. So 70. Is it right time for you to buy? What is the right time? 50. You are saying that it's not right time for you to buy, and now it has triggered to 70. When it was 30, people had the same thing, same thought. Hey, most sorry, so you know, I said as reached very high. So now we'll come down today or tomorrow, come down, we'll buy it. We are in the same mode. But what happened? Instead of coming down, it's going up. It keeps on going up. Now everywhere, figuring the points on. One is COVID-19, other one is our Biden. So these are the two aspects. So this is two aspects because of these two things. So gold price has raised. So Trump has come down because of US election and all these things. So we are giving reasons for that. Actual reason, if anybody knows, he will be the god today. So many technical analysts, even I do a lot of technical analysis. Technical analysts, we do know. I always admire one person, Tribal S. Kumar. He is a professor of IIM Kozhikode. Okay. So I have gone to his lecturing. I have listened to his lectures for quite a couple of them, and he's 100 batch student. I'm 100 batch student when I'm in Kozhikode. See, he preaches and teaches wave theory or technical analysis, everything. He is beautifully. You can't, if you sit in his class, so we'll forget, we'll become the follower, and you want to invest all money in stock exchange. In the last day, he makes a small disclaimer. What is the disclaimer? He shows, practically shows, if you invest money over here, okay, next Monday, so it's going to up and you're going to make money. And it happens the same way. Similar way, cannot say same way, similar way it happens. So what's that piece of God against? So last day he gives a disclaimer saying that I never invested single penny stock market. So he said, if I can predict 100% perfect, I would not thought you, I would have practiced. What do you want to say? So, I would have invested a little bit money out of that. So that is in the stock market, technical analysis, we can predict to some extent. Nobody in the world can predict 100%. Nobody in the world. So we can predict to some extent. So which direction we go, where we go, support point, resistance point. What we say very beautifully. You take a tennis ball, hit on the floor. Where do you go? Well, yes, predict it now. Huh? So based on your strength. So you say what is strength applying? You again I need to go to physics and all. So at what speed you are applying, and what is the resistance power? What is the density of the ball? All this I need to calculate, and then so to what extent. So while going up, suppose there is a roof. It will come in this way. What happens? It will come down. To what extent it will come down? That is what we predict in the stock market. That is what we call simple. We call random walk theory. Investing random walk theory. Cost of random walk theory is that. In the bala simple random walk theory. The drunkard how he walks. He doesn't know where he keeps the next step. Correct? Same with the stock market. ಮೇಲ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ random it will go random. That's what is called random ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಿ. Random means we don't know that random. It is also when we talk about the random walk theory. So we what we do, for our benefit, we keep a support point and we keep a resistance point. So when hit the support, it will go up. In the base floor cell, that is what the support point resistance point ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So when it hits the floor, it will go up. Suppose if it beats the top, if it normal that same language they use in your technology. If it reaches this point, in Nifty, or suppose it will be 43, it may go up to 50 and go up to, nobody says it will go up to, it will 100% go on the area. It may go up to 50,000 or it may come to 40,000. This is what support point. Suppose if it reaches this 40 point, it may go next level. Any student can do that, you know. That's what. Just I'm saying, just make it simple, things very simple. So I'm saying, so this technical analysis, one way you assume that's very technical thing. It's not like that. It's a childish game. Only thing is you have to understand some basics. If you understand some basics, you can play with that. Like anything. Okay. That's what the portfolio, why they have to play very high risk? Because they have to understand each movement. So now gold is going very high. Now you take a call whether should I invest in gold or I should not. If I invest in gold, what happens? Suppose if I invest tomorrow, COVID has been cleared and import and export has been totally free, and now so we are getting the gold from the other country. What happens? And again, dollar prices, even if it goes to the next level, what happens? Other than what is the gold price? So all this things we have to understand. Okay, so when I invest in gold, in the same way, if I want to invest in so JSW is. So you said something initially. What you said is correct. Jindal Steel Works. Okay. So where it is? Thorangal. So then near Ballari we have that steel factory. Now JSW are coming out with the paints. Now they are so now they are in paints. Moment they are in paints, Asian Paints got sheet. They got market leader. Asian Paints is market leader. Correct. When it comes to paints, they are market leader. Now, till today, we have Shalimar is there, we have Berger is there, so we have Nerolac is there, so many other paints industries are there. But what happened till date? Till date, nobody has able to shake the Asian Paint. Now, this small kid just today is born, that JSW I'm saying, they are shaking the market of Asian Paint. Or the capture market is up. One place they have got some fear. They are trying to block the JSW and JSW went to CCI. They are regulator. They went to CCI, so they have lodged a complaint against CCI. So to know what they are doing at present, already they are set established there. They have dealers throughout India and they said they give warning to all their dealers, if you buy or if you take a dealership with JSW, I will punish you or will take a dealership, like they are threatened to those people. That's what. So in this case now, if I invest in the amount in the Asian Paints, you have to understand this story now. So what happens in JSW, Asian Paints, this story, and what happens in this case and all this, by analyzing all this, you have interest. So one is your fundamental analysis, one is technical. Fundamental one side, how the company is internally very strong. Externally, see you internally you have very good resistance power. Okay, but still sometimes what happens, I have come across several people internally they are saying that they are very strong and due to COVID they expired. We don't know because so they expired. We don't know. Only thing we know about that. How they expire, what happened inside, we don't know. And now today only one fashion part is, if somebody expires, they go and tag them because of COVID-19. I don't know when the tag dealers, we don't know. So that is what. So the portfolio manager basically, he has to undergo all this kind of things. Okay. So now directly we move to the merchant banking regulations. Okay. So merchant banking has been regulated by so many things. So first and foremost thing is, they have to have a certification. If anybody wants to do the merchant banking activity, you have to have a proper certification. What is the certification? You are undertaking the merchant banking activity. What are the things that comes under? So for that you should obtain a proper certification from the proper authority. Okay, that's the first thing. And mandate register. You have to register with SEBI. You have to compulsory register with SEBI if you want to do some activity. So there are like you might have come across, so if anybody is interested in stock market, you might have come across every day getting a good call. What is it? Sir, very good morning. How are you? First initial talk. Then what happened? Sir, are you interested in trading? If they say yes, then we got try. Then they say a lot of things, sir, we have very good these things, advise the company, will advise. So within one day, we'll give a profit of 10,000, 50,000, up to they say lakhs together and all those things. Okay. There are people who burn money in that, there are people who made money in that to the secondary. So to advise like this, we should be registered SEBI advisory company. Individually, you cannot do like that. So till last couple of years, people are never registered with SEBI and advice is free, correct? Advice of fee, but now what is the for that? They are taking money and they are advising. Suppose something goes wrong, am I incurring any loss? Nothing. You know, get second semester, so then you have to go for third semester. There are people today, don't take finance, you take marketing. Don't take marketing, you take HR. What is the advising for them? I say only one thing. If anybody asks me, even though I am sitting head of the department, if anybody asks me, even though I am teaching finance, when my blood and everything is finance itself. I don't take anything apart from finance. Okay. So if anybody asks me one thing, I never say them to take finance, or I never say them to take marketing HR. I say you check your internal strength. Because I love finance, I am saying you to take finance. I may say because I know a lot of opportunities in finance. But that opportunities, it depends upon what kind of caliber you are having. That your caliber will suit to that particular domain or not. Easy for me to say, you're good in numbers, you take finance. Or you take HR, you talk beautifully, you take marketing. But so you are introvert, you are not extrovert. You cannot go out, you are very shy. So then you are interested, only you can understand your interested. Nobody else can understand. Nobody, you are like your other things, no? BP, sugar and all, you can measure it. Your interest can only understand to you, nobody else. You know, that's the you is very talkative. You may say some, anybody say? They want to come here or they want to disturb you? They want to come inside? So, no. Without that, I have to lock it. I was not knowing that somebody is there, no? So she's saying, turning towards that side every time. I thought somebody is there. Okay. Okay, so mandatory registration, they apply two sets of two norms again. So that is when you apply, so you have to fulfill the two norms. One is operation capabilities. So operationally, I am having sufficient skills and knowledge around. Okay. Then capital adequacy norms. This capital adequacy norm what it says? So I should have sufficient capital to run the business. Okay. So SEBI has classified a merchant bank into four categories. Already discussed. Okay. So capital adequacy norms again depends upon the category for which you are applying. It depends upon category. This is capital adequacy norm. So if you want to go to the first category, you should have to have 5 crores of the amount you should have. So you should show that particular asset. Then you can start that one. Okay. Net worth of 5 crores you should have. Then 50 lakhs for second category, 20 lakhs for third, and for simply if you want to advise to someone, you do not have any capital adequacy norms. Okay, that is the exemption fee. Okay, fee 5 lakh registration fee and 2.5 for renewal fee. So if you wanted to start a merchant banking activities, 5 lakh is the one-time registration fee. Okay, and 2.5 is the renewal. So renewal maybe for depends on the category for which applying. It starts 1 year to 10 years. There are different slabs over there. So only you have to go for renewal. I think this was the covered in the functions of merchant bank and ready to start. So I think I covered it, if I'm not wrong. This I covered in the last session. Covered it?
No.
No idea. No idea or not covered?
No idea.
No idea. Okay. As my knowledge goes, I feel that it's covered. Can you? Functions of merchant banking. There are several functions which merchant bank does. As I said, no, it's under one banner, under roof, they give all sort of services, all sort of advisors, consultancy, whatever it is. They will give all kind of things. Okay. So in that way, what it is said, merchant banking. First function of merchant banking is raising finance for clients. How to mobilize funds for the business activity. Okay. Merchant bank helps its clients to raise finance through issue of shares, debentures, bank loans, private placement, etc. Now, you are already aware that basically one thing that is they can issue the shares. So you can raise the money by issuing the shares to the public. For that we have clauses there. That clause anyhow we'll discuss later. So we can raise the money through by issuing the shares to the public. If they issue the shares to the public, they will become the owners of the company. Okay. And if doesn't want people to become the owner, if it doesn't want they want to associate with you, or they want to be a partner to you. So then what you can do? You can issue the debentures. So debentures is what the debt certificates. Okay, it's a borrowed money. Debenture is basically it's a borrowed money. So we are going to borrow money from the public, for which we are going to pay the cost, interest, whatever that we pay. Okay, and bank loans, of course, you know the bank loans. It's also a borrowed fund. When you are not able to raise the money from the public, okay, or you doesn't want to go to the public for raising the money, so what you can do? One of the if you want to raise small amount, normally the bank loans are the best thing. So for longer period, for small amount, okay, small amount is so up to 1 crore, like I said, it's a small amount for the medium and long term business, okay. And private placement. So what is the private placement stand for?
Private equity.
So equity, we are going to issue the shares only to the private people. So what I do? I don't want the entire class to be the the partners or associated to the company. What I do? I handpick. You will here, okay. So you will attend the class regularly or not? What about this guy? So I'll just check. I have my own idea. I have my own thinking based on that thing. So whether he will listen to me or not, whether he will cooperate with me or not, whether he will allow us to do progress or not. We can see all the facts. Okay. So they're private place. This is the one more thing. It helps its clients raise the finance from domestic and international market. Okay, it helps raise the funds from both from domestic as well as international market. See here, sometimes we may not have accessibility to the market. So to have accessibility, see if I go and ask, forget about the market. If you go and approach a bank, sometimes for X person, same amount for same sort of same career business, some bank will give the amount. Now it's over. So what the bank will do? For me they are sanctioned, for you they may not sanction. Same man, same purpose and same thing. They are sanctioned me, but they are not sanctioned you. That is, I am accessible to the market and somebody is not accessible to the market. So how we are going to categorize it? With acceptable, maybe your personal influence, maybe market reputation, and maybe peer influence and all those things. See if somebody goes, yeah, 100 rupees credit sir. Suppose XYZ person asks them to go. Okay, forget about it. So now I am 100 rupees credit. Sometimes you may other faculties. If other faculties ask me, so you may suddenly make 100 rupees fees. If I ask, sir, today I forgot to bring 100 rupees, sir. I don't know where I kept it. If you have also, you say 100 reasons. So yes, I was having said just now I go and have some food in the canteen. Sir, we will start doing reasons, right? You have some backup in your mind. So that is also backup will also have those kind of information. So don't give the amount because he never goes back. So that there's some amount of backup will be there. Okay. So this kind of things. So again, may not be able to raise the money. Okay. In that time normally we may go for private placements. Okay. So domestic and international market. So in case of domestic and international market, as I said earlier. So if you normally what happens if I'm not able to access the money, okay, with my personal capacity, this merchant bank will help us in accessing this both domestic as well as international market. So international market, how to raise the money from international market? So you may raise the money or you may raise the capital through loans from the international banks, or the other ways you can raise the money in the form of shares.
So ADRs.
Yes, very good. So we call that ideas. Okay, international depository receipt. If you are raising the money from America, if Americans are raising money from India, we call ideas. If I am going to raise the money from America, we call ADRs. Okay, so American deposit receipt. If I want to raise money from the European countries, we call that as so or any other countries, we call it GDR, Global Deposit Receipts. If you are raising money through Europe, so we have separate nomenclature for the EDRs, European Deposit Receipts. That is, in that way we can raise the money. This finance is used for starting a new business or project or for modernization and expansion of the business. Okay. So when you talk about the raising finance for clients, okay, for long term, so we can raise this money for starting a new business expanding in business, modernizing your new business, or anything, any of these kind of things, we can do it. Okay. So by this, I think I stop today's class. If you have any queries, anything, you can ask.